Shaya. Welcome to another episode of Unravelling the Ramayana. This is actually going to be the second last episode because I'm almost done with the book. And I'll be just covering some small topics in this episode. Firstly, I'll cover a chapter called The Trap of Lust. That's what the chapter is called in the book. And as you may have rightly guessed, this is all about Ravana, because Ravana was very lusty all the time, right? Like he was somebody who was taken away from the path of dharma because of his over desire and his lust towards women. We will discuss some things about him. And so he was born to Rishi Vishrava and Kaikasi, and Kuber was his elder step brother. So I think we had talked about it, these things in one of the initial episodes, and now we'll just like go over it again. As we all know, Kuber was a very great leader, and everybody looked up to him, and people liked being under his leadership. And Ravana's mother wanted Ravana to be like Kuber and get qualities of Kuber. In order to be better than Kuber, so Ravana was a very jealous person. So when his mother was appreciating Kuber, he wanted to make sure that he gets better than Kuber. And in order to do that, he did intense tapasya and got the boon of near immortality, right? Like he asked for this boon that no one should be able to kill me except humans, like devas and gandharvas and all those people couldn't kill him, only humans. So if they couldn't kill him, then what chance did a human have? Because Ravana was very mighty, right? He was very intelligent and very strong and very powerful person. So in spite of being having all these amazing qualities, he chose to do things the easier way, and he stole, like took Lanka from Kuber in a very adharmic way rather than building another Lanka of his own. So he didn't choose to do the hard work and do things the right way. He started doing things the easier way. I'm sure we all do that at some point of life, where we don't put in a lot of hard work, and we try to get things done easier and simpler. And even if that means like stealing somebody's work or copying somebody's work, we all tend to do that kind of stuff, right? So that's kind of a Ravana's behavior. So after reading this, even I understood that whenever I'm not sharing any personal incident from my life, but like whenever I try to do things the easier way, and like it might mean that suppose I'm just giving an example of you have to finish your homework, and then instead of actually thinking about it and doing it with hard work and effort, you just choose somebody else's homework or steal somebody else's homework or assignment. It was that kind of thing. So that's a Ravana's trait which is inside you, and you should remember that whenever that kind of adharmic way of doing things comes up, remember that Ravana is taking over you. So I learned that, and I'm going to remember every time. So so Ravana chose the easier way and tried to steal Lanka from Kuber, and Kuber just handed it over to Ravana, and he went and settled down in Kailash. And so Ravana went from one kingdom to another, conquering over the kings and taking over their kingdom, and he wanted to just show everybody that he was very smart. And many innocent people fell prey to his reign of terror. So Ravana was very greedy, but he was also kind of generous. He gave away a lot of charity, and because of this, people under his rule generally liked him. So then his name initially was Dashagriva, and when Hanuman was captured and brought to his court, Ravana actually wondered if this is Nandi, which is Shiva's attendant. And this doubt is due to something that happened in the past, one incident that happened, which goes like this. So when Ravana defeated Kuber, he was roaming around Kailash, and that time he ran into Nandi, and Nandi said that you are forbidden from entering here because this is like the playground of Bhagwan Shiva. And so Ravana obviously got angry because nobody generally commands him not to do something. He has all the power that he needs, so he's allowed to do anything. So he got angry. He was like, how dare somebody just come and tell like this. So then he made fun of Nandi's looks. So Nandi got angry and Nandi cursed him. So Nandi's curse was like, your arrogance would be crushed by some powerful Vanaras. And exactly the same thing ended up happening. Like Ravana was killed by Rama with the help of Vanaras. So while this all was happening, Shiva was, just watching this and smiling. And so Shiva just pressed his toe a little bit harder on the ground. So that time, this weight of Shiva's toe crushed Ravana's strong arms, and he cried loudly in pain. And he's a Rakshasa, right? So his cries was so loud that the entire earth shook, and all the beings got so scared, and they all began to scream. And some of his wise ministers told that the only way to free yourself from this breaking of your arms is to please Shiva. So you need to appeal to Shiva. And so then he had no other choice, so he began singing to please Shiva. And he sang and sang, and when you keep singing Shiva's name for like a long time, it ended up being like kind of like a tapas or something. So then he sang a lot, and his ego was destroyed. So there was a moment when Ravana's ego got destroyed because he kept on singing Shiva's name. And Shiva was very pleased with this and set his arms free. And because his scream made the whole world shake in fear, Shiva gave him the name Ravana. But this ego that was destroyed, right, that was not like everlasting. He gained it back after his arms became free. Like, it was just to please Shiva. He lost it, but he gained it back. Like, he was egoistic after that also. And so Ravana's obsession for power also led to his lust for women. So he had kidnapped and raped a lot of women. And so this is how he started becoming adharmic. And we all learned that when lust strikes, every sense of discrimination in a person goes. People, dharma, artha, kama, moksha, right? So in that, we feel that the author especially describes that karma is the most powerful one out of these, because if your karma is more than the others, you tend to lose all the other three. Like, you tend to act in the path of adharma, and like you tend to do things the wrong way. So karma is very, very dangerous. We all need to learn that. We all have like qualities of Ravana at some point or the other. I'm not saying we are all lusty or something, but there are certain times when we do things unfair to others, and we know what we are doing is wrong, but still we choose to do it because we are like, okay, we are very lazy, or we are very competitive, or we have hatred towards others, or we are greedy and we want everything in the world. These things happen, but we should make sure that we get out of that. So that's a lesson to be learned. Anyway, so this is all for today's episode. It was about Ravana, and let's all learn something from this and try not to be like Ravana. So that's it for today. Namaskar.